What's happened to your head?
I knew you'd make a thing of this. I've been on assignment for work. That was part of the deal.
What assignment with a skinhead group?
No, it will make more sense next month. There are more important things to talk about than my buzz cut.
Agreed. All right, like Bill Shorten quitting.
Like a rat on a sinking ship. The world's most confused hot dog eater is hanging up the boots after 17 years in federal parliament.
There is not a single day in the last 17 years that I would hand back.
Not even the days you lost 2 federal elections, Bill.
Oh.
Shorten burst into the public consciousness courtesy of 2 men trapped in the only place darker and more dangerous than Labor's federal caucus, the Beaconsfield gold mine in Tasmania. Bill was the National Secretary of the Australian Workers' Union / Chandler Bing impersonator when Brant Webb and Todd Russell spent 14 days trapped by that rockfall in 2006.
Oh, I remember. He was everywhere.
You couldn't slide a cigarette paper between Bill and the cameras back then.
All right.
Every hour of every day of the 2 weeks the men were underground, he was on the telly. He parlayed that free media exposure into a political career, winning his Victorian seat at the Kevin 07 election, and was a minister in the Rudd-Gillard-Rudd government, serving his masters without question.
So I haven't seen what she said, but let me say I support what it is that she said.
Just f***ing hopeless.
We're not saying utterly ridiculous things like that. He was bowling over the PMs. He was one of the so-called faceless men who ran the numbers before Julia knifed Kevin in 2010.
Therefore, I shall be supporting Kevin Rudd tonight.
And that's him doing a 180 and backing in Rudd 3 years later. Became leader of the opposition after Tony Abbott won the 2013 election, more because he was the last man standing than anything else.
Bradbury is going to come through and win gold!
Came within 1 seat of winning the 2016 election and was a shoo-in to take the keys to the lodge in 2019, but for divine intervention.
I have always believed in miracles.
And then he became a foot soldier of Anthony Albanese.
Who was at today's resignation press conference to make sure his leadership rival really was going.
I think it's a credit to Bill that this news will come as a surprise.
Everyone, including Albo, thought Shorten would make a tilt for leadership at some point, but he didn't, which probably surprised even him. Instead, he concentrated on his baby, the National Disability Insurance Scheme. What started as an inspirational policy to help Australians with special needs quickly turned into the federal budget's Frankenstein, courtesy of loose guidelines that allowed people to use funding to go on overseas holidays.
Dodgy service providers are getting participants to withdraw thousands of NDIS dollars from ATMs for alcohol, gifts and drugs.
And avail themselves of local rub and tugs.
And I work on an adult sex line to make ends meet.
What's he going to do now?
There was a rumour that he was going to become ambassador to France.
Bonjour, you cheese-eating surrender monkeys!
Pretty sweet gig, run your own race, don't have anyone to answer to.
Diplomatic community.
But that wasn't to be. Bill has decided to stay safely inside the bubble.
Now, like many people in their 50s, I've started to think about what comes next. I'm excited to say that from February of next year, I've been chosen to be the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Canberra.
Can't take Canberra out of the politician.
The question for Albo now is who will run the NDIS once Shorten's gone? I'm Ben Harvey.